Afternoon, good evening, whoever, wherever you are. This is Coach Lee, and we're working on speech anxiety, and I'm talking with Tom. Say hello, Tom.
Hello.
And Tom is in Texas. He's a data analyst, and we started talking in the summer, and let's see, I'm looking at his early stuttering from age 5, 60% of his words, mainly blocks and repeats. Generally on first word, well, mid first words and middle words, that's everything. Um, what kind of therapies did you have before you found us?
Um, so in elementary school, I had the standard speech therapy.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, that's all I did.
Okay, and why did you come to us and why did you come now or in this past summer?
I just want to be fluent
Okay,
in every
but
situation.
uh, in what you were said up to 60% of your words, but is that mainly blocks and repeats? Blocks and repeat, that's what it usually, the only other things are grimaces and body distortions, really.
Yeah.
So the question is 60% of your words, but not in every conversation.
No.
Only like in work or to groups or what?
In high pressure situations.
Yeah, but what are those to you?
Yes. Work meetings, presentations, dates. If I get in trouble with somebody, like an authority figure.
Conflict. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
all right. So before you ever found us,
Mm.
um, 60% of your words had a problem in though and mainly at work, presentations, conflicts. What percentage of your speech did those pressure situations comprise? 10%, 90%, 50%, what?
Maybe like 50%.
50. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you work every day, right? So,
Understood, understood, understood. Now, okay, so how did you find us?
how did I find you? I think I was Googling stuttering cures and I found your book.
Okay, yes, I had down Amazon, which is the same thing. Okay, um, so you started coming to us, and according to my notes, it was around, yeah, it was the summer, and you never had a problem talking to me.
Yeah, I wish everybody was you.
Well, look, but that is how ridiculous this problem is. This is why you know that everybody can be like me and will be like me if you decide that they are like me. You
Yeah,
just got
just
to make that decision. Nobody's any different.
yeah.
They have no power over you. They're not going to change your life. And when you're under pressure, um, do you well to this day? I mean, you posted. I should say, we did a number of sessions. I don't know how many, and we you posted a Stop Stuttering Story um, around the end of August, early September, something like that. And we talked again in September. You hadn't, when we talked on August 31st, you said, I can't remember my last bad incident. And you said the same thing a month, a couple of weeks later when we talked. Am I correct? That's still true?
I have had a couple of bad incidents since we last spoke. I just, oh yeah, it was not being a speech cop. That's what it was.
What?
Oh, it wasn't being a speech cop, right, and monitoring.
Okay, but look, you cannot allow that. You can't allow one between now. You can make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time, and force words and talk like a normal person. That's not a speech disability. You got to forget minor mistakes. Nobody gives a darn about them. Nobody notices them. Nobody remembers them. That's because they do the same thing.
Yeah.
They just don't fear. It's not pressure with them. It's speed and casualness and other kinds of anxiety. It's not about speech. And that's what's normal. Everybody has anxiety. You and I just manifested speech, or did. But okay, so you had a couple. Okay, now the minute you start feeling pressure, what is it? The fast heartbeat? Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, so you have the minute you start feeling that, what should you do? The second your heart starts doing that, what should you do?
Stop talking.
Yes. And do what?
Take a 2 count
Yes.
and then start again
And
using a
start
crutch.
again. And what do you do when you start again?
Use a crutch or a speech plan.
Okay. And so you only would use a crutch if you're confronted with a feared word that you're about to force.
Yeah.
If you're not confronted with such a word, don't worry about a crutch. You don't need a crutch. You need a speech plan.
Yeah.
While you're speaking, you want to fill your mind with your speech plan. Because you know the human mind thinks sequentially, one event at a time. So when you think speech plan, it blocks the automatic. The minute your heart starts going, the automatic programmed stutter chain habit goes into effect immediately. But it doesn't go into effect when you stop talking, take a 2 count, and start with your speech plan. Now, what is your speech plan?
I've been playing around with it, and I like softly linking with increments and saying less.
Okay, say so. Hold on.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Hold on. I got to
Sure.
write that down. His his SP, which was what did you say it was?
Soft, less, link, stop.
Okay, and that's that and lots of other things should work just fine. Now, I want you to talk to me the same way, as if you're under pressure. Pretend you're under pressure, and I want to hear your soft, less, link, stop. That's what I want to hear.
Sure.
Okay. So,
What do I talk about?
well, I'm going to ask you questions.
Oh, okay.
So, which book of mine did you read?
I believe it was the second edition.
Well, you read from ancient history. God almighty.
Maybe it was the third. I'm not sure.
Um, did you ever post a review of my short course book or this is my short course book, and this is the How to Stop Stuttering book.
I read your short course as well.
Okay, good. It's a
Um,
good Cliff Notes reference book.
yeah,
Did you post a review of these two books?
no, I'd be happy to.
Would you do that, please? Because look, you don't view it as a favor to me because I donate my royalties to the association anyway. The point is, we're trying to get more people
Sure,
to
I'm
pay
gonna make.
attention to our program. So if you will do that, just consider yourself as having done a favor to some poor soul that's going to read your review, because somebody will read it.
Sure.
So it's a big help. All right, so keep going. So you joined WSSA.
Yeah.
How did you use WSSA's program? What did you do?
So I had a couple coaching sessions.
Why aren't you speaking in your soft voice?
Oh, this is a soft voice for me.
It really is that a soft voice? I would not decide. To me, it sounds exactly like your regular voice.
Oh,
I'm
no.
trying to get a soft voice.
Uh,
I don't notice any softness in your voice.
what you're doing is whispering for me. I would call that whispering. This is
whispering. This is whispering. This is
okay.
whispering. This is whispering. And this is my soft voice. There's quite a difference between my soft voice and whisper. But if you can only whisper, I'll take it.
Okay.
But I want to hear a soft voice. It's got to be enough to take you mentally off the center stage. The reason you're under pressure in these situations, one of the reasons, is because your mind thinks you're at a podium with a mic and TV cameras and thousands of listeners and everybody's staring at you, and you know how inferior you really are, and you're just not up to snuff and all that, which is what all of us think, or most of us, darn near all of us. And so you're thinking that, and you're very nervous. When you talk in your soft voice, the podium goes away, the mic goes away, the lights go away, the cameras go away. You're standing at the side of the stage like this.
Okay.
You're just peeking out like this.
So I find that when I talk like this, this is quiet enough that I feel calmer. I mean, I do.
Okay.
Like
I'm
normal
not
voice is like this, right? This is my normal
okay.
voice.
I'm not going to fight with you, but I'm going
Okay.
to say that I am very concerned that your soft voice is not soft enough to make you feel like you've moved away from the center of the stage. You're over in the curtains, peeking out like this. You're no longer the focus of everybody's attention.
All right.
That's what the soft voice does. So, okay. All right. The other things are less, link, and stop.
Yeah.
So now, having said that, okay. So, what did you use in WSSA's program?
I had a few coaching sessions with Javier. I believe I had 7.
Okay.
That was a good starting point for me.
Okay.
And
What did you use?
oh, how? Yeah.
The website itself.
Oh, yes. I watched a lot of coaching videos.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I find it helpful to look at what speech plans other people are using,
Okay.
what works for them.
How many videos would you guess you watched?
Like 7, I don't know.
Okay. Um, okay. And did you find them helpful?
Yeah. I did find them helpful.
And did you come to SAM meetings?
Yes. Yes.
Good.
And I also went to the crutch practice sessions
Good. How
with
many?
Leah.
How many of each would you guess?
I went for several months with Leah. So
Okay.
12. Yeah, I don't know, 12.
And you found them helpful
Yeah, Leah's very helpful.
because you see, why is it helpful? I know why it's helpful to me. Why is it helpful to you?
One is that you're working with other people who have a similar problem,
Yeah.
which is encouraging. And also, Leah gives a lot of really good advice about her experience when she was curing.
Okay. Now, have you consciously been linking your words right now?
I think it's more of a subconscious habit.
Okay. It's natural to link your words.
Yeah, because I've been practicing a lot.
Yeah. And okay. Uh, what's been the most helpful thing in our program?
Probably linking. How it's impossible to stutter if you link your words. Like Leah was always talking about how it is physically impossible to
It
stutter.
is.
Yeah.
If you link, you'll never stutter.
Yeah.
And you say, well, I could stutter on the first word. That's another issue.
Yeah.
Then we use crutches 1 through 8. 4 or 8 or 1, 7, you know, 4 or 8 will work on any word forever. Use a sound or another word. You know, the thing about it is, anytime, well, when you have these, I'm going to stay focused on you. When you said you had a couple of bad incidents since the last time,
Yeah.
when you had those bad incidents, were your problems primarily first words or just carrying the conversation?
A little of both, but I think it was mostly first words. I rush to speak, and I
And of
force that.
course, the two things that would bail most stutterers, I mean, they would reduce the problem so much if people would do it. And that's talking softly and speaking slowly. Slow speed kills in speech. And instead of speaking fast, speak with emphasis. Substitute emphasis for speed.
Is that like extreme pronunciation, or is
Yes,
this more of a
sure,
passion? Or
sure. Extreme pronunciation is great, and by it's solved the problem for many people. Uh, it's a funny thing, but it's a question of how much you can focus your mind on something. The easiest, and that's what you fish for. What's easiest for you to do under pressure. If thinking extreme pronunciation is the key, fine, it works great if you can focus on it.
yeah, I think
I'm doing, I'm doing a little of both, emphasis and pronunciation, you know.
yeah, softly and linking, I think, are easiest for me.
Okay, softly and linking.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then, but you didn't do it in 2 instances since we last spoke.
Yeah.
You
I
told me that. We can't have it. Now, what do I have to say to get you to do this next time it starts pumping?
I mean, I think I already talked to myself and I said I can read out loud every day. I can do all this stuff.
You should.
Yeah, but if I keep allowing bad incidents, it's like I'm in a boat and it has a hole and I'm scooping out water. But like water keeps spilling like the boat as long as I allow bad incidents.
Well, it does, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you still
So,
doing twice daily mind training?
yeah. Yeah.
That's got to be very helpful. Are you um, still using the, I mean, as long as you're having bad incidents,
Yeah.
um, I mean, you should not be able to remember your last bad incident. I mean, specifically, I mean, I can remember some of my worst ones going back,
Yeah.
decades. But I mean, basically, it's got to be far enough in the past that you can't remember as well. Was it spring of this year? Was it last winter? I mean, it's that kind of thing. That's the kind of memory we want. At any time you make it's just as important to forget minor mistakes as it is to avoid bad ones.
Okay.
Because if you judge yourself as failing when you're not failing, you're failing in your mind. And nothing's going to save you. It's like Henry Ford, the inventor of the automobile, said. When I say I can, or I say I can't, I'm right. You're always right when you say you can or you can't.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you got to say I can. Use my speech plan. Be fluent. Enjoy speaking. You should be loving to speak. You should still be coming to SAM meetings. You should be participating. You should still do some practice sessions. I know you got a life to live, but this is important too.
Yeah.
You got to seal up the hole in the boat. I can't seal it up. It's your boat.
Yeah. Right. Right. And nobody's going to seal it except
Nobody
me.
can do it. We all want you to have no hole in your boat. Everybody at SAM does want you to have a holeless boat.
Yeah. Um, One question I had is, I know that pausing should be a good thing, right? Like
It
taking a
is.
break. Yeah. For me, I've been experiencing it as a scary thing, right? Like a pressured thing. And the reason is when you stop, you have to start again. And
Yeah.
if I start again, I'm scared I'm going to stutter. And it's that with this probably imagined feeling that
Look,
people are waiting, right?
you've heard me speak at SAM,
Yeah,
haven't you?
yeah.
Have you noticed how many stops I use?
No, I mean, I don't count them, but it's a lot.
But I
Yeah,
mean, I use them constantly. And it's what distinguishes more than anything else my speech from the average person's. People think I'm a very good speaker because I let them think. I stop. They eat from your hand when you stop. Now, you said you have a problem with stops because you have to start again.
yeah,
But there should never be a problem with that because the easiest way to beat an individual word problem, the easiest way of all, of course, is to say any other word. If I'm going to say Lee and I'm stuck on Lee, I don't say Lee. I say, well, Lee. So Lee and Lee, Pizza Lee. What does pizza have to do with it? Nothing, but nobody knows. Nobody cares. Love it, thinking about pizza. So what? I mean, I can say any word. And the minute I say it, guess what? The block is broken. It's broken every single time. And I just connect what I said, well, so, Lee, pizza, into Lee, and I'm done. I linked. Well, Lee, well, Tom, well, whatever. I mean, it's so easy. So you can always say another word. And that's crutch 4, as you know. You can always say, it's also crutch 2. It's also, you can insert a sound and have the same effect. Lee, I don't have to go loud. Oh, Lee, I don't have to do that. Lee, Lee, I can make it very short. Lee, that's enough. That's enough. If I connect it, if I connect it, Lee, Tom, I may have to swallow the T in Tom, so what?
Yeah.
Tom, if I'm worried about it, I'll spell it. T-O-M, Tom. So what? Why do you spell it? I don't know. Nobody cares, man. Nobody's taking notes. Nobody remembers. It's all a joke. Stuttering is a ghost. It's a poltergeist. It's a mist. It's a cloud, and it's gone. There's nothing to it. There's no substance to it. There's nothing organic or genetic about it. Nothing. It's all just, I'm nervous because people are looking at me. So what? Let them look. And I'm going to love to speak right in their face. But you don't love to speak yet. So you're a long way from finished with this program. But you got to finish the program. So you got to use the stops, whether you like it or not.
So,
And as long as you can go or say well or so or and or pizza, you can say any word you want. And once you've started, you're into your link stop. Short. And you didn't say in your plan, you didn't use the word short, and that's okay with me, but I would say the second most important thing to beating stuttering is linking. You know what the first one is? Short increments. When you speak in short increments of 1 to 3 words or so, it's so easy to avoid a problem. Short increments.
would it be wrong or frowned upon if I linked like one short sentence, like at once?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
If I wanted to say, "Hey Lee, how's your day going?"
Hey Lee.
That okay?
Hey Lee is an increment. How's your day going is an increment. Hey Lee is a natural stopping point. Hey
Okay.
Lee, how's your day going? 4 words. I said 1 to 3 words or so. Maybe it's 5 or 6, but you're shooting for, without counting, you're shooting for around 3 words.
So is it okay if I just link all of that at once? Because it's pretty short. It's like 7.
Well, it's okay if you're comfortable with it, but
Okay.
I'm trying to eliminate pressure.
Okay.
And so when you use short increments, the pressure is diminished dramatically.
Stopping adds more pressure, like we were talking about, but I just need to use crutch 4, crutch 1, or
Yeah, crutch 4, crutch 1, or I'll tell you another one that's just is. It may even be easier than 4, and that's dogs. They'll stop in a second. They just got their lunch.
oh,
Uh, what's even easier is modulation, crutch 8. when you come, always remember this. Why does soft? Well, soft works because you're feeling out of the spotlight. Short um, modulation works because you've changed your voice register. And the stuttering guy is very stupid. It's a habit. It has no brain. And it's used to functioning in your normal speech register. And the minute you come out of it, when I'm up here, when I'm down here, he's not there. Now, if I stay there, yes, he'll get there. How soon depends on how badly I stutter. But he won't be there for a word or a syllable, that's for sure. And once I've broken the block, I'm fluent anyway, because I'm going to link to my next stop. And I can talk all day long in increments of 1 to 3 words or so.
So can we practice crutch 4? Some part of me is not sold still that it always works on every word.
Sure,
I'm just
sure,
being honest, right? Like with what I experienced.
sure.
Uh,
If
Yesterday
you
I was oh,
for
sorry.
crutch, it's using a sound or or inserting a word. I use a conjunctive type word like and, so, or well, but I did use pizza, which had nothing to do with the subject matter. And I just did it because I wanted to use something silly to show you that even if it's silly, I got off the spot. It just shows you I can use any word I want and get off. And something else, I didn't have to say the word loud. I could have said pizza Lee.
Hmm.
You didn't hear the pizza then because I did it so softly. But it still breaks the block. I mean, you can beat this guy to death because you have a brain and it doesn't. It's simply a habit. You can outfox this habit. Until when? Until the habit is broken.
Yeah.
Until you've created a new habit, as I have decades ago, of not thinking about my words before I speak. And I convinced myself that the bigger the audience, the more strangers, the more critical the environment, the better I will speak. I rise up to that challenge. I don't recoil and pull back. I don't do that. I attack it. I love it. And I truly love to speak. But you got to love it. When you love it, there's never going to be a problem. You're not only not going to have a problem, you're going to be the best speaker you know, probably.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
And you can do it. You can do it. But the more you come to Sam, the more you talk, give updates on your speech, give a talk about something else. You don't have to talk about speech at Sam. Say, I want to give a talk about gardening
Pizza.
or making a pie. We'll listen to anything you have to say because you're one of us. We don't care what you talk about. We just want you to participate and get better. That's all.
Uh, Yesterday I was hanging with a friend and I was trying to say, how are you, right? And I knew I was gonna stutter on the how. So I took a pause and I tried using like a sound, right? How are you? Um, and I noticed I was just like, and I couldn't like say
Here's
the how.
another one. Okay, good. How about this? You use another alternative to crutch for or variation on a
Okay.
theme is to use the feared word as a sound launch.
Oh, like
How are you? Try that.
how are you?
Yeah, you write it like you're singing it. How are you?
How are you? Okay, like singing.
Where
Yeah.
are you go? Where are you going?
Okay. I think I forgot about that in the moment. Where are you going?
What time is it?
What time is it?
May I give you a ride?
May I give you a ride?
Will you help me?
Will you help me?
And you're just sliding right into your words and you're linking it. It's easy.
Okay.
It's easy. The softer you do it, the easier it'll be. The slower you do it, the easier it'll be. And the longer your stops, the easier it'll be. Because when you don't use stops, you stop speaking in short increments. And the longer you speak, the greater your risks when you're feeling pressure.
Yeah. Okay. Um, can we drill crutch 4?
Sure, sure. We're kind of doing that in a way.
Yeah, yeah. We can also keep on humming / singing too. That's fine.
Can also do what?
We can also use a hum, or we can do some
Yes, you can.
sing-songy speech.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And look, you can always make these crutches, we now call them tools. We're changing again because so many people, you can't say cure, you can't say crutch, break. You know, it's not about semantics. It's about not stuttering. That's what it's about. So please. Anyway, I'm changing, I'm redoing this and putting in the word tool.
Oh, geez. Your analogy of using a crutch to not walk on a broken leg, though, is really helpful.
To me, it is. It makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because who wants? The thing about stuttering is, as long as people allow themselves to stutter, they will stutter to their graves. Now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And so we have to be ruthless in our defenses, in our avoidance of it. And sometimes, yes, sometimes when I'm under super, I don't have this problem now, but when I did have the problem, I used a lot of avoidance, and I don't recommend it. It's not a solution. It is a crutch. It's a stopgap. It keeps me from having a disaster,
Yeah.
which could compound my problems and throw me back. So, yes. So short. All right. So but you can use these inserted words or sounds um, as so soft and so short that they can't be heard. My name is. I said,
Yeah.
my name is Lee. How are you? I said, before the how, you couldn't hear it, but I did it enough to break the block. So that's how you practice. I don't have to make it long. How are you? It's just a short shot, but I connected. How are you? Say that.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm fine, thank you.
My name is Lee. What's yours?
My name is Lee. What's yours? Um, if I want to make the sound shorter, is that something I drill? Just
Well, yes, you can drill it, and it's all in the way, you're thinking of it. When you read aloud alone, you're fluent, of course. And when you read aloud to me, are you equally fluent?
yes.
Okay. If you read aloud at Sam, would you feel comfortable?
I'd probably be scared. I'm not sure if I would be fluent. I should.
Well, see, that's something, to climb your fluency ladder.
Yeah.
We know you can talk alone. We
Yeah.
know you can talk to animals. We know you can talk to children under age 5, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when we get into these pressure situations, strangers, authorities, conflicts, public speaking, that's where you need, it's like anything else. If you can curl 25 pounds and you want to work up to 35 or 50, you don't jump to 50. You go to 27 or something and
Yeah.
30, and the same thing. You need to practice doing it you know, you just got to get used to it. There's nothing to it. It's like, I don't know. Do you remember learning to swim as a child?
Yeah, yeah,
And do you remember being afraid of the water?
yes, yeah,
I was.
yeah.
And do you remember once you learned how to dog paddle and stay afloat, you just weren't afraid anymore?
Yes, more or less, yeah.
And that's what Sam's all about, and practice sessions, and coming and putting yourself under pressure and getting used to it. Because when you get used to it and you realize there's nothing here to fear, there's no reason to have any fear, then all of a sudden you don't need any of these methods anymore. The mind training will still be helpful. Reading aloud will make you a better speaker. Following a speech plan, particularly if you're giving a presentation at work or something, will help you. But you're not going to need it to avoid stuttering.
Okay.
You know, that's the thing. But you got to get to that point, and that's just a question of exposure. And talking to me is not going to get you there. It's what you do with Sam and so forth.
Okay. Um, I'll try speaking at the next SAM meeting.
Okay, and maybe why don't you have you given? Did you give a Sam talk? I don't remember.
No, no.
Well, come on. Let me put you down right now. Let's
Well,
really come on. Ha! Come on. Don't give me any of your stuff now.
I
Come
don't
on.
feel ready, Lee, to be honest. I don't.
Come on. You're gonna practice it on me. The Sam talk is like 10 minutes, and you're gonna tell your story, and you're gonna write it out, and you're gonna read it.
You know what I hate, Lee, is that 3 weeks ago I performed on stage doing magic, right? And I was up there like 6 minutes and I was talking the whole time and I didn't stutter. So if I can do that, why can't I not
Exactly.
talk 10 minutes at Sam, right? It's the same
Why don't
thing.
why don't why don't you do some magic at Sam?
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Okay.
Could you
See,
do
that
that?
that doesn't scare me, right? Like, when you incorporate magic, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna stutter. That's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to put you down for December 16th, and you're
Oh,
gonna.
that's my birthday, Lee.
You're kidding.
No.
That's a
No.
perfect day. Oh my God. Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay.
That's fabulous. All right. Shall I? When you come to Sam, do you type in Tom or do you type in your real name?
No, I use my name. That's fine. You can use my name. That's
Oh, we don't. We only publicize first names, as you know.
yeah.
Can I call your talk um, "The Magic of Beating Stuttering"?
Hey, that's good. Uh,
You want, and you got 20 minutes. Take 5, take 10, take 15, take 20, whatever you like, and you can
okay.
practice it on me or
Okay.
Javi, or practice
Okay.
it on Javi. That's fine too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is good because this is what you need to be doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's excellent.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that worked out. I have to send this off to Javi. Keeps track of this,
Okay.
and so this is fun. But look, it's I have had 5 COVID shots. I still got COVID. Didn't matter. It was like the sniffles. Um, the more you inoculate yourself against speech anxieties, the sooner they disappear.
Okay. Okay. One thing I am particularly worried about is always saying my name. right? And even with crutch 4, I find my name difficult.
Well, look, I'm glad we have this chat, but it's it's a problem that does not exist. There are too many ways to handle it. Now,
Okay.
one way, people cannot spell, number one. Number two, they cannot spell names because names don't follow any rules of grammar. They're
Usually I
whatever
spell my name.
mother, they're whatever a mother decide they are, that's what they are. Now, one easy way to say your name is to spell it out and to use your hand as you do it. You know, we're going to be, it's Tom, Tom, or we're going to say Thomas, Thomas. Do that.
Thomas. Thomas.
Now that's okay to write it out, but you can just use your hand like
Oh, T. Okay.
T-H-O. You're making the point. And when you use your hand, it's a further diversion, which takes your mind what? Away from, I get a
Okay.
problem saying T or something, you know.
Okay. Oh,
It
that's
just helps
good.
you get it.
That's good.
Try it
All right.
again. T, go ahead.
Thomas.
And then if you do it across, kind of like you're writing,
Oh,
you'd be
T.
doing it from left to right.
Okay.
Thomas.
Thomas. I really like
Exactly.
that. Okay.
Yeah, that'll always work. And also, let's use crutch 8 on it. Do as I do. Thomas.
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 You'll never have a problem.
Okay.
Never.
I will drill that.
um, I'll give you another one. This is the
Okay.
third one.
Okay.
It's not in the book.
Okay.
Um, I want you to say either the full name or the first syllable of the full name under your breath so softly that I can't hear it. And I'll demonstrate it this way. And I'm going to say it a little bit louder. And watch my mouth. Thomas. Thomas.
Huh. Okay.
Thomas. Say it.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Thomas.
When you whisper it,
I
is
do.
that breaking
I can say it.
the
My
block?
point to you is I can say it any volume I want.
Yeah.
Whether you hear it or not, I don't care. But I'm going to say whatever volume is convenient for me. Say after me. Richard.
Richard.
William.
William.
Bill.
Bill.
Tom.
Tom.
Dick.
Dick.
Mary.
Mary.
Victoria.
Victoria.
When you say that the Vic first, you
Yeah.
break the block.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. Okay.
Every time.
Okay. Will this work with any first spirit word?
Yeah, it will.
Wow. Okay. That's cool. That's really cool. Thank you, Lee. Awesome.
Yeah. So, I gotta go, but
yeah, me as well.
I got another call, and you do too. So,
Yeah, I will
okay,
talk to you
look,
next
come
Thursday.
to Sam,
All right.
talk more, get involved, have some fun, be one of us.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if you make a mistake or two, no one cares.
Okay.
No one's going to remember.
All right.
They're
Thank you, Lee.
just glad to have you there and try. That's the game. Life is about trying. Do it. Come on. You got to solve this problem. No, only you and you alone. You've gotten this far. You got to get, but you're not finished until you love to speak. Don't look back. Don't settle for anything less. You love to talk to strangers. You love to talk to groups. You love to talk during conflict. I am at my best when challenged with a conflict. My speech is elevated in those situations. Yes, it is. And do it. Come on. I'll see you Saturday.
All right. Next Thursday is okay as well, or?
Well, let me see.
Um, you can get back to me if you want. Yeah, because I got
Well,
a work call.
let me just see something. I'll forget.
Okay.
I got other things to think about than this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work on an application, you know, a mobile application. Yeah,
Oh,
I have you down. Now,
Lee,
look,
I gotta hop off. Sorry.
okay, do you think you should maybe buy a few sessions? I don't get the money. I pay to coach. You think you
Um,
should? You think you should? I mean, I
I
don't know how many you want, but if
yeah.
we're gonna keep doing it for a while, you should buy some.
Okay. I think I have two.
Okay,
Can I
you know
shoot you an
what your
email?
math is. I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
checking your math.
Sure. Sure. All right. I
Okay.
will.
Okay, you
See you
got two.
Saturday.
That's great. You don't need to buy. See you,
All right.
mate. See you. Bye
See
bye.
you.
Bye
See you.
bye.